Shy. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Walanda, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I highlight and contour. I already know there are millions of videos out there showing you how to highlight and contour, but I just wanted to do a separate video myself, just in case you're wondering how I do it. I do it in a couple of videos here and there, but I wanted to do a separate video on just highlighting and contouring. Now, I've heard that contouring is out and strobing is in. Honestly, I don't believe that, because not everybody can strobe. I feel like you have to have dry and clear skin in order to, clear as in acne free skin, in order to strobe, because all that glistening on your skin, one, if you have oily skin, will not last. You will be dripping oily, looking like a hot mess in like 30 minutes. And two, if you have acne on your skin, that would just accentuate the acne, and it is not a good look to have shiny stuff on acne. So with that being said, I'm gonna stick to highlight and contouring, and I'm just going to show you guys how I do it on my skin. I know it can be quite tricky to do it on darker complexion, but it is doable, and I will show you my routine. In today's video, I'm going to be using the Black Beauty sponges, and these come in a set of 5 different shapes. These are another different type of sponges. Look at this. They come with so many varieties of different shapes and forms. So this is what I'm going to be using to blend out or to even out my concealer under my eyes. But these run for $14.99 on the Welect Beauty page on Amazon. I really like them. They're extremely soft and they get the job done. This is the Raindrop one, wet. So I really like these. For my face, before I start putting foundation on, or right after I prime my face, I always correct, especially if I'm going for that snatched look. I always like to correct my dark spots, and I am using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color orange to correct. And of course, orange is that color where it cancels out any blues or dark hyperpigmentation on your face. Alright, now that's on place, because I have this mountain right on the side of my nose and it is kind of reddish. I am going to use my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color green to correct that, just to apply that on top of there, because green basically corrects any reds in your skin. Alright, so next I'm going in with my Jessup brush, and this doesn't have a number or anything, and just blend out all the all the correctors. Alright, now that I have my face corrected, I'm going to go ahead and really quick apply my foundation. And of course, I'm using the Black Radiance Color Perfect Oil Free Liquid Makeup in the color Cocoa Bean. And I'm going to use the back of the beauty sponge to apply and stipple in the foundation in my skin. Alright, to conceal under my eyes, I literally have so many different concealers, so it just depends on the effect I want that day. If I want something really heavy and dramatic, then I go ahead and use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. If I want something light, not really noticeable, then I go ahead and use my Ruby Kisses 3D, which I have a love and hate relationship with this, because I love the fact that it gives me that natural look, but I hate the fact that it creases. So, but I do use this from time to time. And then of course I have the LA Girl concealers, and then I have the Sephora concealer. So it really depends on what kind of look I'm going for that day. And for today, I want a very glammed, in your face, you know, beat to the gods type of look. So I'm going to mix a whole bunch of different things. I'm going to mix my MAC Pro Longwear in the color NW50. I'm going to mix a little bit of my Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum in the color Chocolate Souffle, and I am going to mix Where art thou? A little bit of my NYX HG concealer in the color CW08. This is the MAC concealer I'm starting off with. Even though it's almost like my skin color, it does give you that full coverage effect. So I just like to apply that just underneath my eyes. Next, to brighten up my under eye, I'm going in with the NYX next. And actually I lied, I'm not going in with Sephora. I'm just going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Chestnut. And this one is the one I use down the bridge of my nose, a little on my forehead, and on my chin. So because these tend to dry out really quickly, I like blending out all my highlight first. And I'm using the yellow sponge. And I'm just using the other side of the sponge where I used to apply my foundation on the edges to blend out the edges and reduce the harsh line. Okay, now that it's all blended out, I'm going in to contour with my Sephora Bright Serum Gel, and it's in the color Devil's Fool. And I really love this to contour because it gives that perfect finish. It just really complements my skin, and it's dark enough to contour, so I really love that about it. So I'm going to apply that right where my cheekbone is and around my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. I really don't like contouring my nose. That's why I just did little dabs and not a whole line. I just don't really care for it, so I do it for the purpose of this video. And yeah, so I just put a little bit on there, and this is basically where all the shadows of your face are. And I'm sorry about the lighting, the sun wants to act a fool today, so this is where I'm going to go ahead and blend out my contour. And I'm just going to use this e.l.f. contouring brush, and I'm just going to spread it around like this, evenly distributing everything. Then I'm going in with the makeup sponge and blend that out even more. Now I'm going in with my e.l.f. angled foundation brush and just blend out that nose contour. So my cheekbones can pop a little bit. I'm going in with the NYX Conceal Correct Contour Camouflage palette, and I'm going in with this yellow color, and I'm just going to use my Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, and I'm just going to apply that right there. It's kind of the apple of my cheek, the high points of my cheekbone, so that can really pop. Put just a tad bit down the center of my nose as well, a little bit on my forehead, chin, Cupid's bow. And I'm going to blend it out with the sponge. Now I'm going in with my brush. I always use the foundation, and whatever foundation left on it, then I'm just going to blend that out. And next, to set my contour, I'm going in with this eyeshadow from Shea Moisture in the color Claudia, and I'm using the e.l.f. angled blush brush to do so. So you tap it in there and tap the excess off and apply. See, now that I've waited so long to set my concealer, it is creasing a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I do have fine lines, so I feel like it always creases right after or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and go with my sponge again and just make sure I clean that up and make sure it's not creasing. To set my concealer, I've been using the original formula of the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and this is the color Naturally Neutral. It's not quite translucent, so it does have somewhat of a tint to it, and it does smell like straight baby powder. I don't know how it smells like. It does have a scent to it, but I just put some on I do put some on in the lid, just like that. And I get my damp sponge. I place it in there. And then I make sure I tap the excess. And I go ahead and basically press the powder into my skin. I do go ahead and apply it down the bridge of my nose as well. Just a tap it on my forehead, basically everywhere I highlighted. And I'm going to bake under my cheekbones so it can pop just a little bit. And I just like to take any excess, not really a lot, but any excess that is left on here, and I just like to press it up against my nose because that's where I get oily as well. And I do tend to put just a little bit, whatever is left on here, on my eyelids to set my lids. Alright, so I let this bake for a couple of minutes. You could leave it for as long as you want. Now I'm going in with my pressed face powder by Black Radiance, and it's in the color Rich Mahogany. And I'm just going to set the rest of my face. And while I set my face, I'm going to wipe away the loose powder. And I'm just going to go over that contour just a little bit with whatever's left on the brush that I use. Next, I love going in with this La Femme blush in the color Burgundy. And I just like to apply that right over my contour. Best to be very light-handed with this because these blushes are extremely pigmented and can ruin your whole face if you're not light-handed. Alright guys, there you have it. That was my highlighting and contouring video. If you find this video very helpful, go ahead and thumbs it up, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, why haven't you subscribed? Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that button and subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at imported_chocolate. And until the next video, take care.